What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Mar Food Tales. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you have not joined the family, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. So today I'm making butter chicken for the first time, and I'm going to show you guys how I go about attacking a new dish and how you can be successful. So stay tuned. Let's get right into this, guys. Alright guys, so we're starting off with a bit over a pound of chicken thighs. You can also use chicken breast, but I wanted a bit more flavor. So we're just going to cut this into bite-sized pieces so it's easier to sear. And I'm going to cut up the rest of this chicken, guys. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so for the marinade, we're starting off with a 1/3 cup of Dahi Yogurt. We're just going to head and mix that together. For our salt, very quickly, you can use a half teaspoon to a teaspoon. It's based on preference. I use the teaspoon, but it's honestly up to you. We have a teaspoon of red Kashmiri chili powder going in. Then I'm also going to be adding a teaspoon of garam masala. Then I'm also going to be adding my homemade ginger garlic paste. I'm doing a teaspoon of that. You can actually buy this, but I decided to make it myself. And then we have a half of a lemon going in. Just squeeze it right over top of that. And you're going to make sure everything is fully incorporated, guys. Make sure that flavor is combining. So we're going to put this in a smaller bowl. We're going to let that marinate for about 30 minutes to an hour. The longer, the better. Honestly, if you can do it overnight, do it. So next up, we're actually going to start to sear it when we're done. Stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, so the hour is up. We're going to start searing our chicken. So I added about a tablespoon of butter and added a bit of oil just so my butter did not burn. So we're going to be cooking this on medium to high heat for about 5 to 7 minutes. You just want a nice sear on both sides, guys. So you only want this cooked through about 80% because we're going to be cooking it in our butter sauce later on. So after that is done, you're just going to go ahead and take out all of that nice chicken. And guys, the smell in the kitchen is amazing. Make sure you guys leave that fond that's all over there. And we're going to take the rest of the chicken out, guys. Alright guys, now it's time to work on our butter sauce. So do you guys see that fond? That is flavor. Do not get rid of that. So we have half of a large onion going right into that. We're just going to mix that together very quickly. And then we're going to be adding our ginger garlic paste again. I did a heaping teaspoon because I had a bit extra left over. So just going to go ahead and mix that together. And then coming up next, we're going to be adding some diced tomatoes. I used a 14-ounce can. It's very important when you're trying a new dish. Make sure you're tasting all of your seasonings so you know the kind of flavor profile that you're working with. That's very important. So we're just going to go ahead and mix that together. I think I added about a 3/4 teaspoon of salt. This is very important, guys. It's salt to taste. It's your preference. So we're going to head and mix that together. I'm adding a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. I added a half teaspoon of the Kashmiri red chili powder. And I did a half teaspoon of ground coriander. I'm just going to go ahead and mix that together. And then I'm going to be adding about, I want to say just under a half cup of water. And then we're going to go ahead and mix that together. And then we're going to let that simmer for around 15 to 20 minutes. Then next up, I'm going to quickly show you how to make the naan bread, guys. Alright guys, so I'm going to have the ingredients all on the screen for you there. This is not going to be a traditional naan bread because I'm not going to be making it in a tandoori oven, but I'm going to be using a cast iron pan. But I'm going to show you my version and it's still going to taste very good, guys. Alright, so we have a 1/3 cup of Dahi yogurt. We have a tablespoon of a neutral cooking oil, which is the vegetable oil that I used earlier. And then we're just going to head and mix that together. So you want to use warm water. In total, I used about a half cup of water. But as you see, I'm going to be adding it bit by bit because you want to make sure that this dough is very hydrated. You don't want it to be sticky, but it's going to be a nice hydrated soft dough. So we're just going to continue to knead that for a bit. And I added about a 1/4 cup more of flour just to help it come together. It was a little sticky for my liking. So as you see, I'm adding a bit more in. So we're just going to go ahead and knead that for another 5 to 7 minutes until everything is fully incorporated. So as you can see, it's nicely hydrated and it's not sticky at all. So we're going to put this in a greased bowl and we're going to put a damp rag or a damp cloth right over that and let that hang out. So we're going to get back to the butter chicken, guys. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so after 20 minutes of simmering, our tomatoes are fully soft. Now we can actually start putting everything together. So I'm going to be adding about 3 teaspoons of sugar just to help with the acidity. And then this is important, guys. Make sure you guys taste your sauce after this because now you need to see if you need to add any more salt. And I felt like I needed a bit more salt, so I just did a bit of a sprinkle. I didn't do an exact measurement on that. So just go ahead and mix that together. So I'm adding a bit of turmeric to my sauce. This is totally optional. It doesn't change the flavor profile, but it will help with a little bit of your color for the butter sauce, but it's totally up to you. So now we're gonna actually blend up our sauce. So you wanna make sure it's nice and silky smooth, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm using a fine mesh strainer after I've blended that up to make sure that I don't have any bits and pieces of tomato or onions or anything like that. You want a nice silky smooth sauce. So just gonna push all that through. And then we're gonna be adding about a tablespoon of butter into the sauce. It is butter chicken, so you gotta add more butter. We're just gonna go ahead and mix that together. And I'm gonna be adding, after this, about a half teaspoon more of garam masala. just to add a bit more flavor, and I did a half cup of whipping cream, guys. So just gonna go ahead and mix that together, and then we're gonna simmer that for another, I want to say 5 to 10 minutes, because we're going to be adding in our chicken. Look at all that flavor, guys. I know it's going to be hitting later on, so I cannot wait to get into this, guys. So last but not least, we're going to be adding a teaspoon of some kasuri methi. That's going to take the dish to the next level. Do not skip this part, guys. You will regret it if you do. So make sure you add this in. If you can find it, add that in, guys. So I just added a bit more butter. I did not measure it out. So we're going to simmer this, as I said, for 5 to 10 minutes, and it is done, guys. Stay tuned. Alright guys, the last step, we're going to cook up our naan. I already have it rolled out. We have our cast iron pan with a little bit of oil. We're going to cook this for about 1.5 to 2 minutes, just to a nice dark brown color, guys. This burns very fast, so make sure you guys watch it. We're going to cook up the rest of these, but I'm only going to show 2. So I have some garlic butter going down. I did use salted butter, so that's why I only used a half teaspoon earlier in the recipe. And then all we're going to do is add a little bit of cilantro onto that for some extra flavor and some, nice visuals. And guys, the butter chicken is officially done, guys, and yes, it is bussin'. So for the garnish, make sure you add a little bit of kasuri methi at the end and a little bit of cilantro, and you're good to go, guys. Stay tuned for the mukbang. Alright guys, we're all done. We have our butter chicken. Give you guys a nice close look at that quickly. And then we have our naan bread. It's not authentic naan because at the end of the day, I don't have the actual, I think the oven to actually make it, but this is how it's looking. So let's just say our flat bread. So we have our garlic butter on this with a little bit of cilantro. Same thing over there, guys. And I'm ready to get into this, guys. So we're gonna take a nice little, first a nice little bite of that. Okay, let's go. Big bites only. That is really good. Like when I go to certain Indian restaurants, this is exactly how it tastes. I mean, it's pretty spot on, guys. Break apart a piece of that naan. We are going to dip that right into there. That is really good, guys. Perfectly cooked, seasoned good, not too salty. Everything is just right. Nice close look at that, guys. There's nothing better than butter chicken, guys. Probably the best. Probably my most favorite dish. That is amazing. Oh wow. Very surprised. Like it tastes pretty spot on, guys, honestly. As I said before, anytime you're cooking a new dish, it's very important to taste all the seasonings that you're going to be using so you can see which ones you like and don't like. That's why if you notice that I didn't put too much cumin because I know what cumin tastes like and I don't like too much cumin in it. So I just did a lot less than I did with the coriander. Man, that butter chicken is hitting, guys. Oh my god. Putting that garlic on there just adds a nice little touch to it. Eating good today, guys. Only eat good on this channel. All we do, you always gotta eat good, guys. That is so good. Oh my god. If you've never tried to make butter chicken before, make sure you try this, guys. Obviously, I didn't grow up on Indian cuisine, so I'll never be able to make it the most authentic way, but this is pretty good. This is pretty spot on. Has a lot of the same flavors and the same elements as like the butter chicken I would eat at an Indian restaurant. Almost done, guys. Ooh, this is so good. I'm sad to see it go, honestly. Open up. This is very good. Very filling, but so good. Only got a couple more bites, guys, and we are done. That is very good, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my butter chicken and naan recipe, guys. So if you want to make this, make sure you guys head to the description and I'll have the full ingredients and details down below. And guys, you already know how it goes. If you're Marv, stay tuned for the next episode. Marv, gang!